Here we go. We're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Boutique. As you can see, we've got a full house this week. Mr. Jeff over here, and then on Instagram over here, and Mr. Rob down here on Instagram over here. Guys, we've got a lot to talk about tonight. I want to start with a big happy birthday to the man, Mr. Rob over here.
What?
Yes,
Your
sir.
Birthday?
Birthday yesterday.
Nice.
So we're celebrating tomorrow.
Happy belated birthday. What are you guys doing?
Thanks. We were gonna have a barbecue, but the weather looks a little iffy. So we're excited. We're gonna go out for dinner instead.
Nice.
We're gonna go out for dinner and then we'll come back here and drink and party after.
Where's the venue of choice, or at least what type of food are you going out for?
Local pubbery style place.
Yep, that's all right. That works. Pubs are good.
I'll subscribe it, but yeah.
Yep. No, pub food's good, man.
Yes. So that should be a good time, and happy Canada Day to everybody. Now, I'm assuming everybody watching this is probably Canadian at this point, but if you're not, it is Canada Day here tomorrow. So it's a holiday for all of us. We are all off. Well, most of us are off anyway. So it is basically Friday for us here this evening. So happy Canada Day. I don't know what's going on, but my Instagram just went bonkers. As always, we are live on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, and you will be able to watch us after the fact. Again, on YouTube, Spotify, well, really every major podcast platform we are now on. What's going on, guys?
Not much. I took this week off to celebrate my birthday.
Oh, you did? I didn't even know you were off this week. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense why you're texting me in the middle of the day.
Yeah. I've been working on my Vulture cosplay for nonstop for 2 days now, which is fun. But
Sweet.
That's it. That's all I got going on right now. Taking it
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, same. My Batman finally is here.
I saw, dude. It looks
good.
sick.
Yep. So
It looks sick. Do you have the cowl yet?
I do have the cowl, but it's too small. So I'm going to have to do some modifications to it. I did contact the seller on Etsy, and he was like, that's unacceptable. I will make a new one, size it up, and send it to you, and I'll use a faster method of shipping for it. And I was like, you want to do all that, knock yourself out. Appreciate it. But I think I can probably modify the one to make it work. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I've commissioned a friend of mine to do the cape because it didn't come with a cape. But everything else I have. So, yeah, it should be fun. I just got to tighten up some of the straps and that kind of shit. But, yeah.
Because you were planning on doing Batman at Fan Expo on the Sunday.
On the Sunday with Victoria. She's going to do Catwoman. So, yeah, should be fun. But you guys are doing your Spider villains when that's on
Yeah, Saturday? We're doing the Spider-Man villains on the Sunday. Exactly.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah. It'll be good, but I kind of wish we did. I kind of wish we did like a DC thing on the Sunday now, but we're doing a Marvel thing this time. We did a DC thing last time, so
yeah, exactly. You guys will go. It'll be good.
We can always switch at midday.
There you go.
We could always do that. You're right. I mean, that is an option. Although, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah. This is the first time I've ever done the 2 days, so we'll.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Oh, my sweet summer kids!
Yeah,
we're doing 2 days.
Yeah,
I'm doing.
You're gonna have an
again.
issue. Yeah, you're gonna have an issue getting your costume to the con.
Me?
You need to make sure as you're building your wings that you're building them in function of them fitting in your car. And this is a discussion I was having with our producer Jen, who just joined us. Me and you haven't had that discussion yet. Your wings need to fit in the car.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, you can't strap them to the roof.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't strap them to the roof. I mean, that'd be crazy, but yeah.
It'll be fine.
We're going to have two massive costumes.
Those wings really are.
Yeah. We're going to have two massive costumes. It's going to be a little excessive, I think. But
you might have to take 2 cars, man.
It's going to be, we are taking 2 cars.
He can fly to TO. Yeah. See, Jennifer's called it. She knows.
Well, he can fly it, but, you know. Yeah.
Sorry, do a lot of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've been basically every night this week. Same. I mean, I've been working all week, but every night this week I've been working on arm pieces, tentacle pieces. I've got a shit ton of those tentacle pieces that I need to make. So I've got like a little assembly line pumping them out every night.
That's when you rope the kids in. You just get. I saw you with your little jig there. Like anybody.
I
can
got
do
a little
that.
jig. Everybody can do it now. Exactly.
Just get the kids in there. Get the misses in there. Get everybody making them. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting cosplay. It'll be an interesting time. I don't know if we're in a little over our heads here.
It wouldn't
for
be
a busy fan expo with these giant costumes, giant wings, and giant arms, but.
That's that should take a year to make. That we're crushing in
like 2 months.
2 months.
Less than not even 2 months now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're doing good progress. I mean, I'm at the assembly stage now. Like I have everything that I need. My designs are all done. My patterns are all made. You know, I'm just printing, cutting, gluing, and then painting. Right. So. And so are you. I mean, you're basically just assembling your wings now.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're crushing it. We're coming along pretty quick. I think this is moving a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. Yes, we'll be crushing them tomorrow night, bud.
I'll be there in spirit, gentlemen.
Yes. We're going to be doing something a little bit different this week. Us three have discussed it, but for the people that are watching us live, we're going to go through some regular geek topic type stuff that we're going to talk about, but we want to offer a what if scenario. And we're going to discuss what the results of that what if scenario is. We want you guys to pitch in as well. So leave us our thoughts or your thoughts in the comments to let us know how you think this what if scenario would go. But before we get into all of that, like I said, I've got a bunch of little snippets of news. Jeff, you've got some stuff you want to talk about. Rob, I think you had a couple things that did you have a couple things you want to talk about?
I got one or two maybe.
Well, listen, just jump in whenever. I do, however, want to start with Ghostbusters. Mm-hmm. They have finally announced Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel is being released December 2023. So if it's being released December 2023 means they're going to start production. They have to start production soon. I mean, we're already in 2022. So they have to start production very, very, very soon. We know somebody that might be able to, give us the scoop on that.
Might be able to talk about that.
But I cannot wait. I mean, I'm assuming, you guys have all three. I know both of you have seen Afterlife.
Yes. I've only seen it the one time, but I have seen it for sure.
Yeah, I've watched it a couple times already. I love that movie. I think it's an amazing fit within the trilogy.
Yeah.
It fits perfect.
It hit the mark for sure.
It really did. It really did. So we are getting a sequel. That was announced a little while ago. They did announce now that December 2023 is going to be the release date. Obviously, they don't talk about any kind of storyline or title or anything like that. They do, however, seem to insinuate in the article that I have here that this is going to be happening in New York. So then they're going back to New York City. So they're going to be playing on the end of Afterlife when Finn pulls up into the old firehouse with Ecto-1. And, Winston opens it up and Finn drives in with Ecto-1.
And the containment units there.
And the containment unit there, and it's still beeping.
The whole movie is what happened to the containment unit.
Yeah, well, it's still there. Even though it blew up, obviously there's still something going on there. I guess they would have had to fix that in the second movie. Well, no, they never really did catch any ghosts in the second movie, did they?
I
don't think they even use a trap in Ghostbusters 2.
I didn't do that homework before the show.
I didn't know there was going to be a quiz. What the hell?
Either way.
Told me.
Have you guys seen Top Gun yet?
Yes.
No, I have not.
I went and saw it in theaters.
So I know you loved it. You were ranting about it that one night. It's hit $1 billion.
Really?
$1 billion at the box office.
It's a trap. Yeah, exactly, Stu. For sure, buddy.
There were no traps.
I'm
almost positive there were no traps in Ghostbusters 2. Anyway, sorry.
I think that's without a Chinese and Russian release as well for Top Gun. I don't think it was released in either of those countries, and they usually contribute quite a bit to a worldwide gross. China's really locked down on what they will allow to be released in China, and I don't think Top Gun Maverick made that list.
Correct. You are correct. It says it did so without playing in China or Russia. Two major
Yeah.
markets.
Especially a film that's I haven't seen Top Gun Maverick, obviously, but the military angle and the patriotism angle would automatically have it vetoed in China. That would be
Yeah.
a major no-no pretty much right away. So
Mhm.
that's an impressive feat for a non-superhero movie for a sequel that's, 30 years old, 40 years old, whatever it is.
It
And not
surpassed
opening in China?
Doctor
That's-
Strange
Yeah.
without playing in China and Russia.
Yeah.
Doctor
crazy
Strange
town.
made 944
Yeah.
in all markets.
I should have made about half that. But yeah, no, agreed. Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy.
I mean, I didn't mind the movie.
You have seen it now?
I have seen it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's out on Disney Plus now, so yeah.
right,
so
right, right.
I've seen
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
I didn't mind Doctor Strange.
was okay.
There was a couple silly things that I thought. You know, when Reed Richards says, "Oh, he could destroy you," using one word from his mouth. Yeah, tell him where the fucking weakness is. What mouth? Like there were a couple of
Smartest man in the world, by the way.
yeah, there was a
Smartest
couple
man
of
in the
these
world, that
little
Reed
things
Richards.
that I was like, this is kind of silly.
I just thought it was funny too that he was the one at the head of that little group or whatever. Like, the guy with the stretchy powers is going to be the one to stop the Scarlet Witch, is he?
Yeah.
Because of everybody in that room, there's really only one of them that's going to be able to go toe to toe with her, and it ain't stretchy dude. So I don't even know why they didn't just have Captain Marvel walk out there, and then once they fought, that'd be
Yeah,
it. Because nobody else really stood a chance, obviously. But
I love that they made Captain Marvel Monica Rambeau. She should have been in the first place, but
yeah, no. Hey, man, I'm good with either role. It's not. It just with Marvel it's tough too because they wax and wane. They just any character's power level is based on whatever the script needs at that point, right? So
for sure.
Like they've both kind of soloed Thanos, but like Thanos had the Infinity Gauntlet on and like headbutted Captain Marvel, and she like no-sold it in Endgame kind of thing. But then she gets her ass handed to her by the Scarlet Witch because she dropped a statue on her. Like it's just, see what I mean? Like sometimes they kind of mess around with the power levels based on whatever's needed type of thing. But it was still cool to see some of those cameos and some of the fan casting that happened. But I mean,
John Krasinski was, I think, by far the coolest thing, right? I mean, it was neat to see Captain Carter.
Yeah.
If you've watched What If, it was cool seeing
yeah.
Captain Carter. Who
Yes,
else did
Buzz
we
Lightyear.
see?
That's yes, Stu. That is correct. Buzz Lightyear there's certain schools even in Canada out in Alberta, mind you, which is our version of Texas, that wouldn't show the new Lightyear movie because of a same-sex relationship alluded to in that movie. So yeah.
Really?
Wait, China? So China's not playing Buzz Lightyear?
Correct. Again, same, not because of the patriotism of the militarism, but because there's a depicted same-sex relationship in it.
I
know.
I'm surprised. I'll say this. I'm surprised Disney hasn't changed that about the release in China so that they can release it in China.
Because
let's be honest, they've done that stuff in the past.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't either.
So I'm surprised, very, very surprised they didn't take, because it's just one scene, right? I'm surprised they didn't take that out.
I think probably because of I think what they do is they will, because they did adjust. In fact, I think, is it Doctor Strange 2? One of them they adjusted. I think it's Doctor Strange 2. They took out the allusion to America Chavez as having two moms or whatever. They cut out a certain amount of whatever it was. I think for them, on Disney's side, it's like, well, we have a movie that's probably going to make 300 million worldwide, and we have another movie that's going to make 900 million worldwide. So the 900 million one, that one will change, but the 300 million one, like, who cares? It's not going to matter if it plays in China or not. It's not going to make big money. So
fair enough.
Sure, they kind of weigh that in, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's fair. I mean,
anyways, sorry, we're off topic. Top Gun Maverick, $1 billion without opening in China and Russia is a huge accomplishment for a non-superhero movie these days, for sure.
It is very big, very big.
It was a good movie. It was a fun movie. I really liked it.
This is a movie that could potentially be a $2 billion movie if it had played in China and Russia.
Possibly.
That's how
it would
big
certainly
of a
have
movie
had a better chance of because it won't catch No Way Home worldwide.
It probably won't. No,
but it's the first film since then to make $1 billion.
Yeah,
worldwide.
For sure.
Megan saying she just watched Doctor Strange 2, and I love seeing Patrick Stewart. I mean, it's Patrick Stewart. I love seeing him too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
and
was
I
amazing.
even love the fact that he clearly was not playing the Fox X-Men, the Fox movies version of X-Men. He was clearly playing like another multiverse
He
character.
had. Did you notice he had the comic book style floaty
course.
yellow chair?
And then when he used his powers, you saw and he was even doing like this, like he was like doing all that shit. He didn't do any of that in the Fox movies. So yeah,
he was very comic booky very comic booky Xavier.
Yes, agreed.
But I loved seeing the floaty yellow chair. That was my one thing I didn't like about the Fox movie is they just put him in a chair. Ooh, it's got X's in the wheels. You know, like Professor X has always been in a yellow floaty chair. So,
well, even when he comes onto the stage in that chair, you hear the notes from the X-Men animated show, just to let you know that that's who that is.
That's who he's playing. Yeah.
So that part was pretty dope.
Yeah. Amazon Princess SSW says hello, everyone. Hello there.
Hola.
And then I think the rest of the comments we've already read. Let me see
Thor.
here.
I've got a little bit of a tidbit about the new Thor film.
Let's talk about that.
So there has been some confirmation that some actors that were filmed for Thor will not appear, that they have been cut from the final release. Lena Headey from Siva Cersei on Game of Thrones originally had a role in the film. It has since been cut. Peter Dinklage, who we last saw in Thor Ragnarok as the dwarf, had a Christian Bale confirms he worked with Peter Dinklage, but that he is not in the final film. And then hold on to your hats, kids. Jeff Goldblum was supposed to return as the Grand Master, film some scenes, and they were all cut from the final film. Really? So even actors that we had seen in the previous film, and I do find Waititi is a little bit like this. By his own admission, he says he finds his film in post-production type of thing, like as he's going through the editing process, he finds the movie.
I mean, I can appreciate that. I mean, when you're editing a movie, I mean, I don't know the process of editing a movie, but just editing simple videos for YouTube, you can have the best of intentions at the start of it, but what you end up with can be something completely different. So I can totally appreciate that.
Yep.
Having the more content you can have to pull from too, the better you can.
100%.
Well, for sure.
And I don't, if Hetty is someone playing someone new and that ends up on the cutting room floor and it was a minor role, that's not a big a deal. And same thing with Dinklage's character. Like we saw him. I'm sorry, I said in Ragnarok. It was in Ragnarok. It was Infinity War that we saw Dinklage's character.
It wasn't Infinity War, correct?
But Goldblum, like you take the time to bring the Grandmaster back, who was clearly one of the best parts of Ragnarok, and then you cut all his scenes. Like you can't leave him in there even for. That one's a weird one to me. I think that's going to raise some eyebrows. Like, this better be good, dude. If you had an opportunity to have Goldblum in your movie reprising that fantastic character that you introduced in your last Thor film. So yeah, we'll see. That's my bit of Thor news. I'm going to throw it out to the masses and see if anybody's.
I'm not going to lie. I am less and less excited about Thor. The more. I need to stop watching all the clips and the trailers and the teasers and I got to stop watching them, because the more I see, the little less excited I am about the movie. Even in the ones they try to make more serious, you could tell it's all slapstick jokes. They're trying to make a serious trailer, but it's still all slapstick jokes, and it's like, well, for fuck's sakes, like, is there any serious in this movie? Like, Ragnarok, I feel, was the perfect blend of funny and serious, and I don't know. I mean, I'm obviously going to still see it, but
I don't watch a lot of teasers for that reason as well.
I don't blame you. Groot on Allenbrook, by the way, met this dude at Forest City Comic Con this past weekend. His first cosplay ever, and it's a full-size Groot on tilts. It's on stilts.
Damn.
Sorry,
oh, really?
Go check out Groot on Allenbrook. Go check out his account and see his Groot for a first-time cosplay build. Insane. He won first prize in our artisan category. Did a very good job. Says, hello, I'm excited to see the new Thor as well. That's good. Our producer says, speaking of Sir Patrick, I've started Strange New Worlds. Can I be part of the club now? Yes, Jennifer. Yes, you can be part of the club now that you started it.
Oh, shit. How big is that?
He's on stilts, so he had to duck to get through doorways. Yeah, when he walked in, I was one of the judges, one of the cosplay judges. When he walked in, we were all like, well, whatever category he's in, he wins that category. And it's his first ever cosplay that he's made.
Wow,
So
good job. That's nuts.
All that detail work you see on him is all hand carved with an X-Acto knife. Like it's
Steve Jones. Well, nice to meet you, Steve. I just followed you.
Awesome.
Yep, fantastic.
And
Megan says, "How dare they cut Jeff Goldblum?" I agree, man. I mean, I'm on board. Same with Amazon Princess Wonder Woman. He's awesome. Too bad they cut him out. Agreed. There's our friend Haven Creatives. Hello.
And yes, Jen, you can totally be part of the club now.
Yep, she is totally in the club. Thor stinks anyway, says Stu. Thank you so much for that shout out. Of course, Groot, man. Like honestly, dude, that you blew our minds when you walked in. All four of us in the judges panel were like, holy shit. So, and doesn't watch teasers for that exact reason. I plan to bring him up for London Comic Con as well. Cool. We will see you there. Yeah, good times.
Yes,
good times.
yes.
Yeah.
Guys, I want to talk about Obi-Wan. I know we talked about Obi-Wan last week, and we talked about Obi-Wan the week before, and I think we talked about it the week before that. And I'm still on the Obi-Wan train. I don't care what people say. I really liked how they ended the show. The last episode, the whole show could have been an hour and a half of the last episode, and I would have been happy with that. But the music is the one thing that really pulled me out of it. And I know we've had that discussion before. Did you guys know, and I just found this out this week when an article came out about this, Obi-Wan Kenobi was actually set to be a film trilogy. And after Solo lost money, Disney said, fuck it. We're not doing any more spin-off movies for now. We can do a TV show instead. So it was supposed to be a movie trilogy, and that's how they got Liam Neeson to sign on.
I think
to return as Qui-Gon.
I think that was fairly common knowledge back in the day that there was talk in the wind that there was supposed to be an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, and then they ended up not doing it because of the failure of Solo. What I didn't know is that they took the script that was originally penned for that first film that was supposed to be in that film trilogy and turned it into
a series.
So for all of you that thought Obi-Wan looked like a movie that they just stretched out too long, it's exactly what it was. Exactly what it was. That's why it felt like that. In fact, it was so that the original writer of that script from like 10 years ago got a writing credit on Obi-Wan because they used so much of his script for that final Obi-Wan product. So yeah. Fascinating. Yeah, I was really now, mind you, it was supposed to be a trilogy. He only did the script for the first one. Like he kind of had ideas fleshed out for the second film, but they didn't have anything like concrete or whatever. But yeah, that's why it looked like a movie that they stretched out, kids, because that's exactly what it was.
Are we getting a season 2? Do you know?
They still have not confirmed.
Haven't confirmed.
No.
Obi-Wan has said that he would love to come back.
As has Hayden.
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I think you can call him Obi-Wan at this point. What else is he gonna do now?
True. He said he would love to come back, and he thinks that there are more Obi-Wan stories that can be told. Deborah Chow, the showrunner, she was a little bit more on the fence. She doesn't seem to want to do a second season.
No, she
said
it was
a feeling if there is,
so.
I have a feeling if it is a second season, she may not be involved in that. But then again, she's been involved in Star Wars now for like 2 or 3 years, so I'm sure she'll do something else within Lucasfilm or within the Star Wars universe.
Well, I'm sure she directed episodes of The Mandalorian. I'm sure
she directed 3 of them, I believe.
Yeah, so I'm sure she'll be doing that as well, right?
Yeah, she'll be doing other stuff even if she's not involved in a season 2. But she didn't seem to be interested in a season 2. So
my buddy Stu, how the hell did Reva not die? Come on.
Yeah, that's.
I'm more. Why didn't they just leave her as a villain and have her be the big bad for season 2?
Well, that's another thing. That was
But
I feel Reva's ending, Reva's turning, spoiled that character. Finally, we had a good bad guy. Finally, we had somebody that people hated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people love to hate her, and then she turns. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck?
I know,
like, you finally hit the nail on the head, and then you turn her. Like, what? Yeah. Like, I don't get it.
Because you get it. It goes back to your theory about how each of the shows was representative.
It's exactly what it was. Every episode was representative of one of the movies, and she had to turn at the end for it to work.
That's right.
But I still, and we had called it. We had called
Of
she would turn.
course.
You did.
Yes.
But I
know.
still think it spoiled her character, but you know.
I'm feeling every time Rob picks up his drink, I'm getting a little like what's the word I'm looking for? Like I'm getting a little intimidated a little bit. Like what's the there's a emasculated. I think that's what it is. I think his beer
Is his mug too big for you?
I think
What
it's
you
a little
don't
bit too
know,
big.
what you don't know is Rob's a dwarf.
Oh, just
And,
does he have really tiny hands? Because then it's fine. But
I just hold it really close to the camera every time.
yeah, is that what it is? On force perspective.
Yeah, look at how big my beer is.
I have some mug envy going on for sure, man. There's
It's
no
my
question
mega
there,
pint.
but it is your
Mega pint,
mega
there you
pint.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
before we move on, what are you guys doing this weekend? It is Canada Day weekend, and you folks too on Instagram. Let us know what you guys are doing this weekend. Tomorrow we're having a birthday party for this guy. Well, again on Instagram, this guy. So we're gonna be getting together. We're gonna be going out for dinner. We're gonna be drinking some beers. There's potentially gonna be anywhere between 15 and 20 of us.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah.
I don't even know
Well,
that
just
many people.
I mean, you're
Mothers-
4. Just you were 4. You know,
Mothers
so,
lock up your daughters.
Yeah. So it should
Good
be
Lord.
a good time, and then the rest of the weekend will be spent probably
Working
doing some
on
chores and working on my
costumes.
costume.
Yeah.
Exactly. Is that what your weekend is
You've-
going to be all about?
Yeah, I need to make some progress on my stuff. That's all. And it's just nice not thinking about work or trying not to think about work.
Fair enough.
Fair. Black Captain Kirk has joined us. Tim, how you doing? Solomon
Hey, what's going on,
Hopkins. Taller culture declined Claypool. Not sure who that is, but hello. Valkyrie Girl. I don't know. I still liked her character arc. Hey man, we get to like different things. It's a diverse show for a diverse group of people. Trucker Todd and Canadian Comic Cutie. There we go. Hey
what's up,
boys.
cutie? How are you?
Yep. Hello, cutie.
You got off. I know, Rob, you're kind of. I mean, I know your wife is very much into Game of Thrones. I guess you were as well. I mean, you watched it all, I suppose.
I have not watched all of Game of Thrones.
Oh, you have not. Oh,
believe it or
okay. Well,
not.
there you go. That's surprising because
I've
your
watched
wife
most
is
of
a
the
Game
important-
Thrones maniac. So,
Yeah.
That's awesome, Stu. Nice.
When you want to have a
Proud
Game of
transparent.
Thrones episode, you can invite her on.
There you go. Jeff, I'm seeing brown toast diet on.
It's an inside joke.
Okay.
Tomorrow is absolutely nothing, and then Saturday we're just gonna be out on a deck hanging out with some friends. I have to take things relatively easy, and then
Well, you need to rest, is what you need to do.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And then Sunday I'm going to be heading to Kitchener to visit with some of the peeps over there to say hi to some friends and such. But again, same thing. Just gonna be a lot of like sitting and not doing a whole lot of anything. So
How far are you from the Kitchener Waterloo area?
about an hour.
Okay, so that's not that bad.
No,
You're actually closer to that area than we are. That's probably about 2 hours from here.
oh yeah,
Waterloo,
because
yeah.
you guys are on the other side of Toronto, like the Oshawa side of Toronto, right?
Yeah.
Driveway
Well,
to driveway.
other
it's
side
like-
of Oshawa.
Yeah, exactly. But you're like you just keep going east until you get to where you guys
Yeah,
are, right? So,
exactly.
yeah, probably about an hour. Yeah, maybe an hour, 5 minutes driveway to driveway type of thing from where they are to.
Oh, that's
where
not
I
too
am,
bad.
so- No, it's all right. But yeah, also trying to get stuff working. Like I said, I'm going to try to modify that cowl for Batman and get that all sorted
If you're
out. I gotta get-
able to get the full thing on, I'd love to see it. I know you might not want to post pictures yet and everything, but I would love for you to give me a sneak peek
yeah,
of the full thing on, because man,
Yeah, it looked pretty
I'll
awesome.
give you.
dude,
a-
it
know,
looks
honestly,
sick.
It makes
Yeah.
me want to bring Riddler along just for an hour, right?
just for a shoot, man. Just
for
to
a
go-
shoot,
like,
yeah.
just for that. That's it.
I think
Yeah, it should be fun. Yeah, it is finally here. So yes, I will definitely take some pictures. I will get it all on, take some pictures. Tim is saying, Canadian Comic Cutie. I rewatched it recently. That's good. Tim is saying, Strange New Worlds. We talked about how this show alone puts all of Star Wars recent content to shame. Not that it needs to be compared, but for kicks, why not? I mean, all the complaints about Star Wars. Watch more Trek and get over how bad Star Wars might be. Tim out here with his placards up and signs campaigning for Star Trek over Star Wars.
Well, I mean, you can't deny that Strange New Worlds has been knocking it out of the park.
My top show right
It's
So good.
so good.
Yeah.
It's
So
my
good.
only issue with it is that it's only 10 episodes, and next week is the season finale.
already.
Yeah, already, exactly. Like this is the kind of show that should be a regular TV show. 26 episodes. Like fucking A, I would totally watch the shit out of that for a whole season.
Now we won't get anything for 2 years.
No, we won't get anything for fucking 2 years.
Yeah.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So
we'll just keep doing Lower Decks. We'll just keep watching it over and over.
yeah,
and
for
over
sure.
again.
And I mean, I guess the new season of Lower Decks is probably going to be coming out soon-ish, right?
I would hope so.
In the fall, I'm assuming Lower Decks, and then in
I
the
don't know, they had
winter,
that-
Discovery, and then Picard in the spring, and then again Strange New World in the summer. I think that's how they've been doing it anyway.
Probably. Yeah, I would assume
Are they
so.
bringing Discovery back?
They
shit.
are.
Don't get them started,
They
Rob.
are. I know.
They are?
You
Yeah.
know what that's going to do.
Yeah. Why did you not like it?
Yeah,
shit.
they're bringing Discovery back at least for a 5th season.
Hey, what's the Geeks and Co. channel top viewed video?
Me shitting on Discovery
That's right.
by far, and that video is still getting views. It's now up to 18,000 views,
Yeah.
and it's got so many comments of people basically all saying the same thing. Like, I don't understand who could think that the writing would be like. The writing blows my mind, and it seems to blow everybody's mind. But anyway,
There's our friend Robbie. How you doing, buddy?
Star
see it?
Wars has still been on a
Congratulations.
pretty meh train.
Yeah.
You know, Mandalorian I've loved. Book of Boba was. The movies were the movies were shit, but Star Wars hasn't been doing good. We haven't gotten a lot of good Star Wars. Obi-Wan was some of the best, I think, Star Wars we've gotten in a long time.
You've gotten 2 good movies, according to you guys, anyways. You've gotten Rogue One,
which
which you all loved,
Yeah.
right? And then again, I know you don't feel the same way, but The Force Awakens, still a good movie.
Yes,
I understand your complaints, but
yes.
especially compared to the other 2.
Yes.
I think Force Awakens is much better than The Last Jedi: Rise of Skywalker. And you got a very good TV show, and then you got 2. Okay, you got a really good TV show, you got a decent TV show, and then you got a TV show that kind of left a lot of people wanting, that kind of tried to save itself in the last couple of episodes, right? Like you get The Mandalorian, then you get Obi-Wan, and then you get Book of Boba Fett.
Mhm.
I don't know, other than The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, I don't know that anything's been. I know we lament the Disney era of Star Wars. I don't know if it's been that bad. Like, obviously, The Last Jedi is a turning point, but The Mandalorian is some of the best thing that's ever been on television ever.
It
Period.
has. It
For
has.
2 solid seasons, it's completely destroyed. People that don't even like Star Wars are watching The Mandalorian.
Mhm.
That's how all-encompassing that show is. So
Yeah.
I
People
don't
that
know
don't
that it's
like Star
been-
Trek are watching Strange New Worlds.
Well, that too, because Jennifer has joined the club now, so that's good.
Strange New Worlds is kicking all sorts of ass and taking names.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I mean,
So it can be both, right? Like, because you've gotten a whole bunch of Star Trek that you haven't enjoyed, right?
True.
Like Tim doesn't like the Calvin movies. You don't
Mhm.
you don't like Discovery. Like, you know what I mean? Everything's kind of hit and miss. It's like I was saying to Crazy Mike there a couple of weeks ago. Writing is hard, man. It is a difficult job to do and do well, and that's why most of the stuff coming out is just either mediocre or not great.
and we're fortunate
Every now and
that we
then
have
you get
so
this
much.
one thing that is like amazing. And right now, that's The Mandalorian and Strange New Worlds. I would put those 2 shows, for me anyway, right there neck and neck for the best of both those properties in recent times.
Yeah, I
I
think
would agree with that.
we're lucky we have so much Star Wars and so much Star Trek, and that we can have stuff that you might like and I don't, and stuff that I might like that you don't, and et cetera, et cetera. So we should,
Streaming, man.
yeah, we should just count ourselves lucky that we have so much Trek and Wars content right now. It's insane. Well, and Marvel.
Agreed.
Let's be honest, the Marvel content is just keeps fucking coming too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
you guys
one of us
watched
has got
Miss
a-
Marvel yet? I haven't checked it out
No.
yet.
No.
I hear it's good, but I haven't. Checked
I
it
keep
out
hearing
yet.
it's good too, but just not our demographic, man. Like that's
Well,
not,
I mean, it's not. I mean, and again, that's okay. Not every show has to be for, middle-aged white men, but
I haven't seen
no, it
too
doesn't.
much of it, but it looks like a Nickelodeon type show.
that's the thing. It kind of looks like that Disney Channel not Disney Plus, but like the old Disney Channel
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
That's the feel I get out of that, and that turns me off a little bit. Yeah.
Agreed. No, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Switching gears a little bit, Tim
Yes.
Allen has finally weighed in on his thoughts about the new Lightyear movie, and in particular, his lack of involvement in it. Because
a lot of people have.
But everybody's been kind of waiting to hear from Tim Allen himself, obviously, because he voiced Buzz Lightyear for four movies, and then they do a Buzz Lightyear movie, and he's not the voice of it. It's Chris Evans. So everybody's been kind of waiting around to find out how Tim Allen feels about it. So he's finally come out and talked about it. He said, the short answer is I've stayed out of this because it has nothing to do with my character. This is a whole new team that really had nothing to do with the first movies. It's a wonderful story. It just doesn't seem to have any connection to the toy. And it's a little, I don't know, it just has no relationship to Buzz. It's just no connection. I wish there was a better connection to this. So that's, and I saw someone make a comment too, that like, even guys like us are having a hard time understanding like what this is. Like, this is supposed to be essentially like a prequel to what the toy is based on, the actual guy Buzz Lightyear that we base the toy on. We'll try explaining that to a 5-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to have any clue. They're not going to get the nuance of what you're talking about. You take a 5-year-old to that. A friend of mine took his 5-year-old to that, and all they kept asking was, "Where's Woody?" They didn't understand what was going on. They can't get that level of nuance in a kid's film. It just seemed like such a weird. It's like Solo. Like, no one asked for this. I don't know why they made it, and then it missed on everybody.
Have you seen Lightyear,
Jeff? I have not. No, I have not. But I've got some close friends that have, and they're all just like, like it's okay, but why is it? Like, what did we bother with this for?
Yeah, I just wondered if it's aimed at our memories of Buzz Lightyear. Like, if it's aimed at the millennials, or is it aimed at the current kids? It was just.
Well, I mean, it's a Disney Pixar movie, so
it's aimed at
their audience is the kids,
right?
Yeah, but
the flip side of that is you're trying to market a break.
Adults to go take their kids.
And that's exactly what they're doing, right? They're trying to market it to us, for us to take our kids to these things, but it's missing the mark with us, and the kids don't give a shit. Because they don't Buzz.
They don't get it.
Yeah,
that's not Buzz Lightyear to them. That's a completely different character. So,
well, it is a completely different character.
Yeah,
is the point. But they don't. Anyway,
Jennifer has a good point. She says, "I just feel that Strange New Worlds is episodal and doesn't have me waiting with excitement on what will happen next, like Mandalorian and Obi-Wan did. I just don't feel the excitement the same." It's a valid point. It's the difference between episodic TV and serial TV, and up until essentially something like Game of Thrones, I mean, Babylon 5 would have been like a precursor to it, but most television shows had all been episodic. Like, there might be like a common thread that you'll see running through something, but serialized TV to the extent we have now is really only around because of streaming, right? Because of shows like Game of Thrones made serialized television watching so important.
DS9.
But this is nice. It feels like a throwback to those early times where you could just pick up a show at any point and not just be completely lost as to what was going on. So it's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, and sometimes the stories are better too.
Yes,
because you get a shorter hour-long story.
Exactly.
That's right. You don't have to shove a bunch of filler in there to kill some time before you get to the big reveal, right? So dude,
that's.
I'm worried about that Andor show, dude. I'm telling you right now. That's 12 episodes for a first season, and then a further 12 in a second season. If it's serialized, that's 24-hour-long shows about some dude we don't give a shit about starting the rebellion, but 5 years before it even is a thing, or 4 years before it even comes to pass. Like, I don't know. It's such a weird decision. I don't get it. You give us 6 episodes of Obi-Wan, but we get 12 episodes of Andor? Okay. All right.
Well, again, I wouldn't have wanted more than 6 episodes of Obi-Wan. It should have been a 2-hour movie.
In that context, I agree with you. Right? Unless they were going to blank it out to have more to cover a greater time frame or whatever, like, you could have told a bigger, more epic story, but holy shit, man. 24 episodes of this Andor series? Come on, man.
For me, the heydays of television, or in the heydays of television, TV shows were a different story every week. Every
Right.
week was a new adventure, a new story. Michael Knight was facing a new threat. The Duke boys were running a different race, and
The A team.
the A team was facing somebody different. Like every week was a different chapter, a different story, and I love that. I love knowing that every week I'm gonna get a different story, and that's what I love about Strange New Worlds, because Strange New Worlds is doing what I've been saying Trek needs to do for a long time, and they're going with very, very different themes. We're getting a horror show.
Yes.
We've never had a horror, a true horror. We had one on Enterprise that was horror-ish. But we finally get a proper horror show on Star Trek, which is like, fucking A, like
who the heck is Michael Knight? Robbie, I am disappointed in
Robbie.
you, sir. I am so disappointed in you. There was this little show called Knight Rider back in the day, which they've actually tried to bring back like 2 or 3 times, at least twice. Yeah. Tim, he still hasn't watched it yet, so don't give too many.
I haven't watched it yet, but I do get the Predator and Alien connection. I did watch a clip online of La'an running away from.
Tim is saying anyone not watching Trek right now is sleeping.
It's so good.
Don't sleep on it. Groot saying Obi was pretty fantastic, though. I think it redeemed itself at the end. I will agree with you. I think I loved the beginning and I loved the end. There was some stuff in the middle that was not as good, but I mean,
what show are we talking about?
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, like as much as the rescue episode where Obi-Wan goes and rescues Princess Leia. She's tied up to the machine and it's completely dark and it's only lit by his lightsaber, right? He's sneaking around and he turns the lightsaber on and chops a guy down and then goes,
That was dope.
But somebody pointed out, and now I can't unsee it because somebody pointed it out to me. There's one of the scenes where he hits the first stormtrooper, the first lightsaber hit bounces off his armor, and then he hits him a second time. And then it's
that armor is good for something.
And then it's like, well, how the fuck
it can't
through a stormtrooper armor?
It can't stop sticks and arrows from Ewoks, but
it's not fucking Beskar here, right? If it was Beskar armor, I could see it, but yeah.
There's a scene too, I think, in the same episode where what was her name? Talara, I think, the Imperial spy.
Yeah.
Tala. The 2 stormtroopers are escorting her out. They've cottoned on to what's going on and escorting her out.
And she slaps
and she literally, she slaps the dude in the head. He's wearing armor. She slaps him in the head and he falls down and he doesn't get back up again. And I'm like, okay. What is the point of these nerds in these stormtrooper that's
slap, kick, take your guns.
Slap a guy in full armor in the head and he just falls down. The fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, there were little moments like that in the show that were, but overall, I enjoyed Obi-Wan. I can't complain. Hey, listen,
from Windsor. Hello, buddy. Hello. Sorry. Go ahead.
Friendly Canadian Geek Pool. Yeah. How's it going? I mean, we've been on for almost 45 minutes, 40 minutes exactly, actually, and we still haven't gotten to what if. Listen, folks, we're going to present you guys a bit of a scenario, a what if scenario. We're going to go beyond Marvel here. Okay. So we're going to do a Star Wars what if scenario, and I want to hear your opinions. And my question is, what if Padme had survived giving birth to Luke and Leia? Now, before you guys even give me an answer, you need to understand that by the time she gives birth, Anakin is already Vader. He's already been chopped up to bits and he's already burned to a crisp, right? So he's already turned. So what if she survives after he's turned? What becomes of the kids? What becomes of Anakin?
So the only fascinating part about this for me is he doesn't turn if she's not dying, right? Initially, his turn was because he had foreseen her death. Mm-hmm. And Sidious gave him the impression that he could save her if he was Darth Vader, if he turned to the dark side. He didn't, obviously. Hence, you get the big cheesy no when he came back as Vader and Panda Bear, or whatever the hell her name was, his dad. So if she never dies, does he still turn?
Well, I mean, he's already turned.
No, I know, but he only turned because he envisioned her death. Does he still
Correct.
envision her death if she doesn't die?
Well, in my mind, I guess he still would, right? In my mind, him envisioning a death, I don't think he is envisioning the death. I think that is Palpatine projecting that to him.
Wow, that's guesswork, right? Like it's.
I mean, it is, but I mean, we are talking about what if here, right?
No, I know, but it's presented like it's foresight of the future, like Luke is seeing Han and Leia, so Luke runs off, and
I don't know. I always had the impression
like
that it was Palpatine was the one doing this. He was doing it specifically to turn him, right? It was all a game right from the beginning for Palpatine.
But she did die. So, if was Palpatine just a really good guesser? You're trying to say?
I'm trying to say Palpatine maybe he could see. Or at least assume.
Regardless, her death is foretold,
right? Her death is foretold. Yes,
right, and that's why Palpatine knows that he can turn him, and that's why he turns. So if she lives, I don't think he stays turned, even though he's already turned. I think he.
You think he works his way back?
Yeah,
or at the very least.
I feel like this is the same as Injustice. I feel like there is no evil Superman if Lois Lane doesn't die.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they tried to do in the Zack Snyder movies. They tried to show you, Flash even comes back in Batman versus Superman and says, Bruce, she is the key. And then everything you see in the nightmare future is because Lois died and Superman loses his shit and goes crazy and starts. I think it's the same way with Anakin. He was so tied into Padme and their relationship was foreboding. So I think if she lives, she rejects him if he comes back. You're right, she does, because by then he'd already tried to choke her, and most girls like that, but apparently she doesn't. So
that's not been my experience, but we'll go with it.
Most of the girls I know, anyways. I think. What if she survived, but he isn't aware she survived because people sent her into hiding with the kids? Well, that's different.
That's another good point.
He stays as Vader and he has no idea. That's already kind of what happened because he didn't even know Leia existed until Jedi, right? So it's.
But if that's the case, Ben never looks over Luke and never trains Luke.
Yeah, because where would they go? Would she take the kids back to Naboo?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume so.
Still sends the kids off, and
right?
And she becomes a rebel leader and does that. She still sends them off to hide them for the same reason they sent them off in the first place. Keep them safe, right?
But does he still become like he? So he shows up for work one day with Palps, and she's there. What is that? What happens then? Because she's the whole reason he's that.
He probably
now he sees her. You think so?
I think he probably
he would see her being alive as a betrayal of some kind. I don't
know.
The betrayal would be with Sidious because he's the one that told Anakin she was dead.
Oh, dead, yes. Not dying. Anakin
he is the one that told Anakin she's dead. You're right.
Right. Yes.
So
after the fact. But she was dead. You know what I'm saying? So what you're saying is like Palpatine was still positioning it as though she had died, but then she actually didn't die, and then he shows up and then she's there. I don't think there's any scenario where he doesn't turn around and kill Palpatine anyways.
Do you think he's capable of killing Palpatine?
100%. Well, he did.
You're right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And that was for a son that he barely knew and had only met twice.
Fair enough.
Right? And in the first time he met him, he chopped his fucking hand off. So, I mean, they had some daddy-son issues for sure. For his wife, for the woman that he's been in love with since he was a child,
Oh yeah,
and she's standing there alive. 100% he kills Palps. 100% he kills Palps. And then whatever. But yeah, does she then go, "Oh, Annie, everything's cool"? Probably not. And especially if it's post Mustafar, because now he's like he's mostly smells like hot dog and he's missing pieces, right? Mm-hmm. So she probably doesn't go running into his arms. But is he then still Darth Vader going through the galaxy, subjecting and killing people? No. I think he probably dedicates his entire life trying to win her back.
Have you guys seen the Vader fan film?
No, you mentioned this before. I haven't. What's it called again?
So it's called Vader. Vader Episode 1. Yeah.
Sounds silly of me.
Hey,
course it
listen. So this is a fairly large YouTuber called Star Wars Theory, and he sunk in. I think he said 400,000 of his own money into this project. Made a Vader fan film. This is professional quality fan film with voice acting and like it's. You would think it's actually Vader and Palps.
Is it pre-Disney?
No, actually, it started pre-Disney,
Okay.
and then when Disney came in and caught wind of this, they tried to fuck with him, and he
Of
had
course.
to
I was just going to
strike a
say,
deal.
there's
Yeah, he
no
had to.
way he got away with that, right?
Yeah, so he struck a deal with Disney that he wouldn't make any revenue off of this, so he can't monetize his video on
Right.
YouTube, even though it's probably got 100 million freaking
Millions.
views. He can't
Yeah.
monetize it. He's already planning in episode 2. He already did some visuals. He finishes episode 1 on a cliffhanger. The basis of episode 1 is Vader being haunted by Padme. He keeps seeing her, and she talks to him, and he tries to kill Palpatine.
Right.
Actually, he kills Palpatine,
So that's what I'm saying.
and then he wakes up, and he realizes it was all a dream.
It's all a dream.
And anyway, it's amazing. You guys should check it out. It's very, very good.
It's got an
and
8.8 on IMDb.
Yeah, it ends with a pink lightsaber.
So thanks for ruining it.
Is that
It
like?
ends with
Never mind. You know what? I had. I'm not. Nope. Nope. No. I can see what you're doing. No, I
Just
already made my
saying.
choking joke. I'm all done.
Just saying.
Groot Allen Brook is saying love is a gift and a curse. That sounds like a guy that's been married. Friendly Canadian Geek Pool says that Obi-Wan and Yoda trains Luke and Leia. She doesn't seem the type to hide, says Jennifer. I could see her coming out of hiding to take him down as his weakness.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Vader kills Palpatine. Yes, IP. Yeah, exactly, Stu. IP laws. Like Disney's very, very strict on what they'll allow people to do with their IPs and what they won't, type of thing. So it's
Yeah. But you should see this. This is a very professional level. The scene of Anakin in the Bacta tank with no helmet, and you see his burned face and the mask, and they took that right from his fan film.
oh nice.
He did that exact scene in his fan film, and he's Vader.
Oh cool.
He's the mask burned up Vader. It's his only
yeah.
little cameo in the actual fan film. If you guys have not seen it, same with you guys online. If you have not seen it, go watch the
Hey,
Vader
Stu.
fan film. See you later, Stu. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Go check it out. It's really, really worth a watch.
Speaking of other fan films, take a detour for a second. You've seen the Punisher fan film?
Dirty
Also on
Laundry.
YouTube? Dirty Laundry.
Dirty Laundry,
It's a bit
yes.
old, but
Yeah.
No, it's the best 10 minutes of Punisher action that's
it's
ever been put on screen.
amazing, Yeah.
It's so good, dude. It's so good. I
And
watch
it's
it every
got,
couple of months.
What's his face?
Ron Perlman, Thomas Jane.
Ron Perlman.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
No,
Ron
it's
Perlman
genius.
as the convenience store. No, the
Yeah.
laundromat.
No, you're right.
operator, or-
No,
is
it's
it
convenience store because he goes next
Yeah.
door to buy a bottle of Yoo-Hoo.
Oh, that's
and,
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then he buys the bottle of Jack, and then he starts fucking dudes up with it.
Yeah.
And it's the best. Yeah. And I
Yeah,
guess
I
someone
hear
did
that
a
was his
breakdown
pitch.
after that of the bottle of Jack, how thick those bottles are. Because a lot of people were like, there's no way you could like do what you did and hit that many guys and not break. And then someone did a similar test with ballistic gel, and they were like, no, 100%. Like
Ball of Jack solid.
you can absolutely mess some dudes up with this bottle and it's not going to break. So
Yeah.
yeah, Dirty Laundry, man. Go check it out if you haven't on YouTube. It's 10 minutes long. You will not regret those 10 minutes, I promise.
And it's
you.
the Thomas Jane Punisher, obviously.
It's so good.
My understanding was this: he made this film as a pitch to make a second Punisher, because he came out with this after the Punisher was out,
Well after.
and they had already replaced him with another guy at that point. Oh,
Ray
forget what the
Stevenson.
other guy's name is.
Ray
What was his name?
Stevens. Ray
Ray
Stevens.
Stevenson.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Um,
So Ari Shankar is the guy that put Dirty Laundry together. And
There you
he
go.
He is an amateur filmmaker, and yeah, he just murdered it. Man. He just killed it.
yeah, it was amazing. There are so many good fan films. Have you ever seen
SC-38.
Batman Dead End?
I have seen Batman Dead End. That's an early one, but that's a good one too.
So for those that haven't seen Batman Dead End, they actually filmed this on the set of Predator 2.
Nice.
That's how old this is.
Yep.
And so they had a bunch of Predator costumes for the scene at the end where all the Predators show up.
Yeah.
So they had a bunch of Predator costumes.
That makes sense.
And this is all like the internal crew that decided they wanted to make a Batman fan film. And yeah, it was all filmed there on set.
It looked great.
Yeah, it was amazing.
SC38 is another one that you should absolutely check out.
SC38 blew my freaking mind.
What's that one?
So that's the Obi-Wan and Vader
cut
fight
of Obi-Wan and Vader fighting in A New Hope. Again, fan made, but just murdered it.
Yeah, it was
It's
wicked.
such a well done reimagining of that fight, more in line with the Obi-Wan and Vader we know now, as opposed to what they looked like back in '77. So the fight itself is a lot more of an actual duel and not looking like just two octogenarians walking around each other with glow sticks. So
The one thing that annoyed me about Anakin they kind of showed it. You could see he was using the Force during his lightsaber fight a lot more than he did before. When he was Anakin, he would rely on his lightsaber. As Vader, he relies a lot more on the Force than his lightsaber, because they say in the suit he's got robot arms and robot legs, so he can barely move, right? That's why the fight against Obi-Wan looks so shitty originally, or that's their excuse, is because he can barely move now in the suit because he's a robot, basically.
Right.
And Obi-Wan is just an old man. He's like a fucking 100 years old at that point, you know? But SC-38 just...
turn that on its head. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Check it out.
I will say I did really dig that on Obi-Wan, where he's got the fight with Reva and he never draws his lightsaber.
Not
and
one.
he just stops all of her stuff with the Force. I was like, that's how you show the Force,
tick,
guys.
Boom. It's like, holy fuck.
No. Dope.
I love that they showed that the Inquisitors just were no match to him.
No, of course.
That they had nothing on him, even though the Inquisitors were the big bads of the show.
Yeah.
Is
there a midichlorian count off the charts? No. Thank you. No. He was the chosen one. God, man. The guy's
he was.
Child of destiny.
I think it is canon that he is not as strong as Vader as he was as Anakin.
Holy crap. We've lost everybody on Instagram. There is just us and Jennifer.
Everybody's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
All right.
That's okay. A lot of our regulars weren't here this week, and maybe it's because it's a long weekend. That's basically Friday for everybody here.
Yeah, that's true.
So a lot of people are probably out. I'm sure they'll catch this after the fact, but I mean, we're at the top of the hour anyway.
Yeah, that's
true. So we're going to be wrapping it up. It is drink time, correct?
Hell yeah.
I got Ian already texting me here saying to come and have a beer in his garage.
Oh yeah,
Rob, you should get in an Uber and Uber over. Same thing, Jeff. You should Uber it over here.
Yeah. It only cost me $3,000. Hold on, let me go jump in that Uber. Pretty sure the guy's gonna look at the Uber and look at me and be like, "Are you in your fucking mind?" And they're like, "Yeah." Hey man, the guy's invited me over for a beer. There's Victoria. Oh my God, it's Thursday. Yeah, too little, too late, kid. It's 8:00. You're an hour late.
Yeah, you're coming in at the end of the show.
Fired.
I saved something for the end of the show.
Yes.
You know what I got for my birthday? You might have one of these, but give me 1 second.
No, I do have one of these. Well, not as nice as yours, obviously.
Destroy all my...
Yeah, just ruin it all. Looks like you got a haircut too. Look at him all sharp. Yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, dude. That's pretty much the same model that I have as well. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the Winter Soldier one, right?
Yeah, it's
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's the same one Vaughn has. Yeah. It's gorgeous.
Mine's the Marvel Legends, but the 80th anniversary one. So
yours is white.
As opposed to
silver.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's the classic shield.
Yeah, his is the MCU shield.
Yeah.
So the MCU shield is not red, white, and blue. It's silver.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm saving it to open with you, bud, for we're gonna make a video or something.
Of course.
Do an unboxing of the
Uber with my shield here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Come over.
Dude, I've hopped in Ubers and on buses and in taxis in full costume, brother. Yeah.
Dude, we took the GO train one time into Toronto in our costumes for Fan Expo.
Yeah, dude. We all do it, man. Once you're a cosplayer, you just lose all your shame.
Yeah.
And the reactions are polarizing. It's either like, whoa, that's crazy, or they just pretend that you don't exist. It's always either end of the spectrum, right?
Well, the fun part is that you get on the train.
Don't kill me.
Yeah, please don't kill me, you fucking nerd. Get away from me.
You get on the train, and then there's a bunch of other people that are dressed up, right? I mean, they might not be in full armor or whatever the case is, but there's a bunch of people on the train dressed up going into town as well.
They might
Right?
not be
Oh, of
going
course.
to a con, but they're dressed
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
too.
Yeah, depending on where you are, right?
Yeah.
You're going through Toronto, it could be anything, really.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Before we sign off, anything you guys want to pitch? Quickly talk about, show off.
Oh, I think Rob's done the showing off. The stash. I did that for you, Victoria. That's all. That's all for you. What do I've got something.
I mean, you're gonna have to give it a name soon.
Now. Yeah. I'll put up a poll on my Instagram, see if anybody wants to name it. I can
Mustachio.
only imagine the names they're gonna come across for it.
Yeah.
Mustachio. I just thought of like 3 super rude ones that I won't say on the podcast. But I will definitely.
So,
Yeah.
I like it.
That's good. No, it's good. Yeah. I should. You're right. I should get a name for it. I'll put it
Frenchie.
out there. Frenchie. Tabarnak. What do you mean Frenchie? You're the French guy. What are you talking
The French tickler? Come on now.
about? The French. I was just gonna call it the seat, but I mean that seems like a really. And this is for you,
boy.
Jeff. You're still mad that I won, so you go right ahead and be mad, Victoria. That's fine. Bite those ankles, little one. You
That
go
you
right
won?
ahead.
What did you win?
Yeah, we had a. She's very competitive, Miss Victoria. There, so she always has to sort of. If you're having like a back and forth, like a banter session, she always feels she has to come out on top. And we were having such a session, and she lost really badly. Like she got owned pretty bad, and she's having a really hard time accepting it. So this is what I'm getting. I'm getting middle finger emojis and such.
Oh, I see. So in other words,
Yeah.
we need to go offline quick before she's able to respond. Is what you're saying?
That's great. Yeah, see you later. Bye.
All right.
Calling me out.
Calling
That's
you out.
right.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah. All right, fellas. It's been a joy and a treat as always.
Yes, sir. Everybody have a great Canada Day again. Well, if you're in Canada, if you're not in Canada, well, you suck.
Wow, coming in hot.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeff, you're gonna be down for a couple weeks, but I'm sure you'll be with us next week.
Of course, I will
Yes,
see you.
sir.
Then. Of course,
And Rob, well, I will see you later.
half an hour.
Maybe.
All right. Hey, listen, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with us through this crazy episode as always. We really appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you like and subscribe below. Super important. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Spotify. We're everywhere. Show us the love. Thanks for watching. Stay geeky, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys. There's only 3 of us left, so
Yeah. See you guys later. Well,
Guys.
it's just us now.
that's just us now. Yeah.
No, actually, Victoria and Jen are still there. Oh,
Oh, well, they're not now.
not anymore. Oh, yeah, we're back. Oh, there's people joining. There's people joining and the live is over. All right. Well, buddy, I hope you feel better, man. I mean, I can't believe you're still in the fucking dumps.
Yeah, it's balls, but hopefully the puffers do their job. So we will.
I haven't heard the whole story, and you don't need to tell me the whole story. But is it COVID that's still just like?
Yeah, I tested positive for COVID on June 7th, and had the symptoms, like had the fever, had the cough,
Yeah.
had whatever. Those symptoms lasted for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. And then once they disappeared, I started getting fatigue, shortness of breath, dizziness for like the lightest of activities. Like if I just walk up the stairs, by the time I get to the top of the stairs, I'm wheezing like an old goat. So I've been dealing with that for a couple of weeks now. So I work with my doctor, and he's got me on 2 different puffers. One's a steroid, and one's like to help open up the pipes and stuff, and try to get more oxygen in. And then he's got me using it's called an oximeter. So this checks my blood oxygen levels. Thank God it doesn't test my blood alcohol levels. My blood oxygen levels.
It tests your air fuel ratio. I
It
see.
checks my air to fuel ratio. Yeah. So anytime I do anything remotely that's like a physical activity, it drops sharply, and I start to sound like a broken air conditioner. So it's it's not great. So yeah, going to be working with my doctor. I got a follow-up appointment on the 12th, and then he's referring me to a respirologist after that. So hopefully it's not long COVID, but I don't know. We're going to see. I'm off work until the 17th. So
I hope you get that figured out ASAP. My dad's downfall started with lung issues, so I hope to God that you figure it out sooner rather than later, because lung problems are not good at all.
No,
I just heard from Victoria, and it says, "Fuck you, Jeff."
Yes, fuck you.
That's right.
She's like, I didn't lose that fight.
Yeah, totally lost it. Have a good night, gents. Go get some drinks. I'm going to be hitting the old sack soon, but I know I don't have to work, but I'm still fucking tired all the time now. So
yeah,
but I might have one. I'll have one more beer to kind of to be there spiritually with you, gents, while you're having a drink. So
sounds good.
All right, man.
We'll be thinking of you as we're drinking as well.
I appreciate that. I'll see you guys. And I'll see you next week for sure, and I'll see you, Rob, when I see you. All right.
Yeah, take it easy, man.
See you guys.
Bye.